And what it's time for a main event here tonight, which is going to be the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble match. Now first is Carmelo Hayes. Him drawing the unlucky straw of coming out first in this matchup. We saw Jade Cargill earlier tonight win the Women's Royal Rumble matchup, and she'll be getting a spot at WrestleMania guaranteed for herself for a title. The question is, who's going to join her as the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble winner and getting a shot at a title, most likely in the main event of WrestleMania? And that's what we're going to find out here tonight. And while Carmelo Hayes is someone definitely with the ability of going from first to last. He's got the stamina, he's got the ability and the athleticism to go all the way in the Rumble. The question is, who's he going to start in a matchup with? It could be someone he knows, it could be someone he doesn't know. That's going to be the question. It could be someone that could easily get him out of the ring, or someone that Melo Hayes could get a quick elimination on and get a breather and basically just go one-on-one with every superstar until the ring starts to fill up. It's a great strategy if you can pull it off. If you went to first, which is quickly eliminate the second entrant, then the third one, you have a one-on-one match for a couple of minutes, you eliminate them, and the fourth one, and so on and so forth. And while joining Melo Hayes out next is going to be Ethan Page. And well, this one's going to be an interesting start to the Rumble. Two NXT talents, well, looking to find their place in the main roster now. And we're seeing Carmelo Hayes recently, in the past, have some great matchups challenge the likes of Roman Reigns to the WWE Undisputed Championship at the time, and come up short with the bloodline interference, etc. But Melo Hayes did well when he was at that level. The question is, can Melo Hayes get back to that level? He had the issues with Trick Williams that they put to bed, and Melo Hayes came out the wrong end of that, and he came out on the losing end. But Ethan Page is someone that had issues with Ricky Saints back on NXT. They had a hellacious no disqualification match at Saturday's main event in which Ethan Page picked up the victory. You haven't seen Ricky Saints properly since, and Ethan Page is looking to prove he belongs on the main roster here tonight. The question is, would it be on Raw or SmackDown? That's what we're yet to find out, or we're about to find out. Is the winner of this Royal Rumble matchup. And well, out first, as we know, is Carmelo Hayes and Ethan Page, and this one is about to be underway. And well, who's going to make their name for themselves tonight? It's Melo Hayes, though, with that pump kick straight to the face of Ethan Page. It took a second near to mock the crowd, trying to draw Melo Hayes in and catch him unawares, but Ethan Page don't control Melo Hayes with a back elbow, though. And well, the question is, who's going to be out third for this one, as these two just exchanging strikes in the middle of the ring here tonight. And what a show we've had here tonight as Melo Hayes near the athleticism. I talked about the springboard crossbody there out the corner early in this one, as Melo Hayes off the ropes, flies in, ducks into the leaf, float over DDC from Carmelo Hayes there, who looks confident as always. The man known as him, he says, Melo, don't miss. And well, tonight he better not miss, because that could cost him massively. One wrong step and you're going to get eliminated from the Royal Rumble matchup. As up next is going to be our third entrant, as Melo Hayes tries to get rid of Ethan Page in the corner here. So Ethan Page, the taller and the bigger superstar, it's going to be hard for Melo Hayes to outpower Ethan Page, as Big Jim is entrant number 3. But the question is, are we going to see an unlikely tag team, or is it going to be a free-for-all, as you'd expect it to be? And what, Ethan Page just teeing away, and Carmelo Hayes there hoists him up and drops him face first there, as our Big Jim waiting patiently now goes out to Ethan Page. Should I get a quick elimination hit maybe? Sending Ethan Page over the top. Can Ethan Page hang on? No, Ethan Page is gone. And Big Jim, Jimmy Uso, with a quick elimination of Ethan Page. And what Ethan Page was later focused on Melo Hayes, he got caught by Jimmy Uso is now getting worked on by Carmelo Hayes here. And as I talked about on the way down to the ring, for both superstars, this is a great tactic. Big Jim came in quickly, got rid of Ethan Page, made it a one-on-one match with Carmelo Hayes, as we're now about to get our 4th entrance to the match. As Melo now again just taking a second to bask and to show off with his physique as a roll away that was smart from Melo Hayes, and flies with the huge knee as Chad Gable is out next, part of Alpha Academy. But the question is, how long will Alpha Academy last? Because they've been struggling to get victories for the past since WrestleMania basically. It's been like 8 months of the Alpha Academy struggling to get things going again. As a super kick there, and that's Jimmy Uso. Well, I think he has something else in mind, but it's not going to mind the fact that Melo Hayes just super kicked the teeth out of the mouth of Chad Gable And Miller Hayes now, after doing so, looking for a quick double team, and a likely tag team here. For a split second, and there's the rolling Liger kick to the top of the head of Carmelo Hayes from Chad Gable. He's looking to return the favour from that super kick, but Melo turns it back around on Gable here. And what a night of action we've seen so far. We saw Brock Lesnar retain the title against John Cena. As well, we saw obviously some great action as well. And well, Rhea Ripley retain the title over Lola Vice, and Cody Rhodes defend the title against a very game Shinsuke Nakamura. As I believe Chad Gable was busted open from his boots to the face of Miller Hayes. It's sent over the top rope here. Carmelo Hayes is in danger, but Miller Hayes stays in. And wait. Oh my, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is in a Rumble match. And while Dolph Ziggler is meeting Carmelo Hayes, what a matchup this would be. What a question, is Ziggler back full time? Or is this a one-off appearance for the Rumble here tonight? And what a surprise. But Miller Hayes has shut down the crowd straight away, going straight after Ziggler, as Gable and Jimmy Uso here. As Gable with some punches to the midsection, as Gable decapitates Jimmy Uso there with that lariat. As now Gable here with Carmelo Hayes up on his shoulders, driving him face first into the corner there with a snake eyes. As Gable now perhaps looking to get rid of Carmelo Hayes in this matchup. And what I can't believe that Dolph Ziggler is in this Rumble match. As well, Gable is trying to get rid of Carmelo Hayes. So can Melo Hayes hang on? Big Jim also trying to get rid of Carmelo Hayes here. And Ziggler watches on here as entrant number 6 is on the way. And what is a man that Dolph Ziggler knows all too well? They had classics over the Intercontinental Championship many years ago, and that is The Miz. As he goes straight after Gable and turns it around, and now looking to get rid of quick elimination, get rid of Gable in this one. A dark horse in this matchup is Chad Gable to Ziggler now with Big Jim trying to get rid of Jimmy Uso. As Gable, well, Carmelo Hayes is trying to help Ziggler get rid of Big Jim here. As Gable hangs on in the corner of Jimmy Uso over the top rope, trying to get dumped to the outside. But I believe, yes, Jimmy Uso has hung on in this matchup. As Gable works on the shoulder and snaps the arm there of The Miz, who rolls into the bottom rope there. Dolph Ziggler now with a crossface here. Locked in. Trying to just wear down Chad Gable, who knows the counter to maneuvers like this. Obviously, world-class wrestler is Chad Gable, the former Olympian. As Big Jim, there's a close on there from Gable. Sent into the corner. Can Melo Hayes get rid of Jimmy Uso? Well, Melo Hayes thought Jimmy Uso was done, but Big Jim managed to hang on to the surprise of Melo Hayes. Well, here comes the man that Carmelo Hayes knows all too well, and that is Trick Williams. I mentioned him during the entrance, the former United States champion, Trick Williams, who lost the title to Yvonne Evans at New Year's Revolution and won hell of a TLC match. I recommend you go back and check that out. It was a hellacious TLC match to crown a new champion, as Melo drops Trick there with a super kick. But one thing that's interesting, as Carmelo Hayes cross-bodied the Trick, is that when these two split as a tag team, as best friends, Carmelo Hayes was someone what you can call a bad guy. He was the one that betrayed Trick. But during Trick Williams' United States Championship reign, the ego of Trick Williams has got the better of him. He is now calling himself Hollywood Trick. And while Yvonne Evans said something to Trick Williams, after winning the United States Championship, I believe it was anyway, after the matchup, as Carmelo Hayes flies in, classic Melo Hayes with that springboard lariat there, dropping Ziggler, is that maybe Melo and Trick are not that different afterwards. Aleister Black is out next in this one, a man The Miz knows all too well as well. I see those two had a hellacious match. When Black returned, he was welcomed to Miz TV as he drops a meteor there on The Miz, as Carmelo Hayes picks the bones as well. But yeah, when Aleister Black came back, he delivered a cryptic promo beforehand to announce his return, was welcome to Miz TV. The Miz brought him on the show to have a conversation, explain why he's back as Trick. Well, Jimmy Uso got eliminated. I didn't see that happen. As Trick flies in with a close under The Miz now. Well, Carmelo Hayes there, and The Miz caught. And what I was going to say is Aleister Black came out as Gable exploded a suplex to The Miz. As Aleister Black going to the top rope as entrant number 9 is next. As Miller Hayes over the top, but hangs on, saved, or maybe unwillingly by Trick Williams there, as Gable is gone. Miller Hayes, an opportunistic moment there, saw Gable on the outside as Sheamus is entrant number 9. There's a big annihilation there in Chad Gable, because Gable with the stamina, with the ability, could hang in this matchup the whole way. Sheamus right, fires him looking for a knee. Ziggler though, these two know each other all too well, have had many battles in their careers. And as I was saying, I'll get back to the story about The Miz and Aleister Black. What happened is Aleister Black came out on Miz TV as Trick trying to get rid of Miller Hayes here. Can he do so? Trick with Miller Hayes. And Mello's gone at the hands of Hollywood Trick as Ziggler gets rid of Sheamus, and Trick gets rid of Ziggler. And that was a one-on-one between Black and Trick Williams. And as I was saying, as these two fight in the corner, Black came out on Miz TV. Miz welcomed him. Black didn't say a word, he just stood there, stared at the Miz, then hit a Black mass. Then they had a match, Aleister Black's first matchup back in WWE, in which he massacred the Miz, for lack of a better word. As up next is Rey Fenix, the brother of Penta, the Intercontinental Champion on Monday Night Raw, but Rey Fenix, a SmackDown superstar, now in the ring. And yeah, in their matchup that they had, Aleister Black toyed with the Miz, busted him open, kicks, strikes, everything as you see now. Black with the face washers off the ropes, and there's another there. And that set the tone for the version of Aleister Black that's come back to WWE. But at least he was wronged in the past, that he was held back. And as he Black, before he left WWE, people had more expectations as Rey Fenix in the ring. Trick trying to stay in the matchup as Rey Fenix just having some fun here with the crowd behind him. As these two fight in the corner, but Rey Fenix now looking for a kick there. But Aleister Black turns the attention back to Trick Williams. DDT. And yet a Black Master Rey Fenix. It could be a short night for Fenix as entrant number 11 is out next, and Fenix is gone. And it's going to be Solo Sikoa who's out next at entrant number 11, as these two fighting in the corner, Trick and Aleister Black. And if Aleister Black wins the Rumble match, he will get a shot at the title of WrestleMania. Maybe Black can finally get his crowning moment that he believes he deserves, as it was a champion back on NXT, but on the main roster has never really found that level of success that he had on a black and gold brand of NXT all the way back in that period of time. A Solo big back suplex there. The Trick Williams is now running in, boot to the face though from Aleister Black to Solo Sikoa. Bicycle knee strike caught, headbutt by Sikoa. Now a super kick to Trick, and a leg drop for good measure. But the version of Aleister Black that come back to WWE is a darker side of Aleister Black I've ever seen. A more brutal and more unforgiving Aleister Black, whoever is facing in the ring, he doesn't care, friend or foe. His mission is destroy you. And we're speaking to destroying people. Returning is Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute. Goes straight after Solo. Imagine that matchup, Solo v Rusev. Two brutes facing one another. And Aleister Black has Black low with a combination strikes here, right to the temple. A Solo snap suplex. Well, Rusev's back, but he gets decapitated by a lariat there by Trick Williams. As well, Black in the corner here with Solo Sikoa driving him into the corner here. As Solo flies in with a big back elbow there, dropping Black to the mat. And more Trick with that huge, the trick shot there to Rusev, and Solo launches Trick across the ring. Well, Rusev may be a goner. The trick shot there here as a headbutt now delivered to Aleister Black by Sikoa, who flies in and drops Trick to the mat as well as entrant number 13. Who's it going to be? That will having about maybe 15-20 minutes to recover. It's Shinsuke Nakamura with just some challenge Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. The matchup before the Royal Rumble. It one hell of a matchup. And he gets dropped to his head by Aleister Black. well, Nakamura would have had about 20 or so minutes to recover, to enter this matchup after that big match with Cody Rhodes. And with Nakamura, one way or another, is going to get to WrestleMania maybe as Black Low with the strikes. Next a Meteora as Sikoa got to get rid of Trick. Well, Trick hangs on. Trick stays in the matchup as now he drops him. No, he doesn't. Sikoa throat thrust there, dropping. Trick to the mat as Aleister Black trying to get rid of Rusev, but Rusev stays in as Rusev now with Black in the corner. Goes up ahead of steam. Rusev now caught by Nakamura though. Backstabber there from Shinsuke and running a hip attack from Sikoa. Takes that Trick and there's a huge knee to the midsection of Aleister Black as entrant number 14 is UTC Roman Reigns. And he's going straight after Solo Sikoa, but Rusev takes out Reigns from behind. And we know Reigns is not a friend of Sikoa. So Solo, what is part of MFT, is on the Rock side of the bloodline. Well, Reigns has the support of Jimmy Uso, has the support of Sami Zayn. The question we don't know about Jey Uso, as Nakamura trying to get rid of Reigns, but Reigns hangs on. And well, Reigns would love nothing more to head back to WrestleMania to win a championship. Obviously lost the Undisputed Championship at last year's WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes. As there's a spike there from Sikoa. He now turns his attention to Rusev, who hangs on. And Rusev meets him, or I should say met by the boots of Sikoa as he gets back in the ring. As entrant number 15, as Solo now just mercilessly spiking Rusev. And well, he says he's always ready every year, and this year he had to be ready because it's Matt Cardona. And Matt Cardona and Rusev in the same ring, 2 returns. We saw Ziggler earlier tonight. And Matt Cardona and Sikoa here as Rusev trying to hang on his Trick, trying to get rid of the Bulgarian Brute, but he hangs on just about as Rusev and a huge backbreaker as Matt Cardona drops Sikoa. And Reigns will turn around there from Sikoa there. As Roman Reigns, like I said, would love nothing more to head back to WrestleMania to win a championship. Maybe challenge Cody Rhodes and win back the title he lost to Cody Rhodes last year. As Reigns going straight after Sikoa. These two, as he had one hell of a matchup, Bad Blood, in a Hell in a Cell match where Sikoa beat Reigns to become the Tribal Chief. And Reigns then came back a few months later and then beat Sikoa to become the Tribal Chief once again in one hellacious match with Sikoa now in the corner. Reigns as Tina Ware's Trick Williams is now gone. And with Trick entered the match with number 7 as entrant number 16 comes out. It's going to be the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. Obviously won the Royal Rumble back in 2006. Entering at number 1 or 2, I think it was maybe number 2 or number 1. I think it was entrant number 1 actually. That was a long time ago now, over 20 years ago. As Rey flies in for a huge crossbody. Obviously Rey still moves like it is 2006 in the ring. As Matt Cardona, as Sikoa's got on Reigns. That may be Reigns' one mission here tonight. Other than winning it, is eliminate every member of MFT possible. As Nakamura now sent over the top rope. Reigns thought he was gone, but Rusev gets rid of Nakamura, who noticed that he wasn't gone. As Rusev super kicks Reigns across the ring. As Mysterio working on Matt Cardona. As Rusev now sends Rey. And Matt Cardona with some huge chops. The right hand there from Rusev though. Watch Cardona, who's now in the grasp of the Bulgarian Brutes at the mercy of him. But Mysterio drops him face first there. A little bit of a skull crushing finale there from Rey Mysterio to Rusev. And headbutt drops the Bulgarian Brute. As entrant number 17 is Jacob Fatu. And speaking of MFT, it's the enforcer of MFT. Or maybe not anymore. Maybe Talatonga's the enforcer of MFT these days. We saw him take out Reigns a few weeks ago as Matt Cardona now running it back with a broski boot to Rusev. And Fatu trying to get rid of Reigns here. Instead sends him off the ropes, but Reigns turns it around here. Reigns trying to get rid of Fatu instead. And Fatu's looking for a Superman punch, but Fatu out of the way. Clothesline takes down Roman Reigns as there were some headbutts from Fatu to Roman Reigns is out. Matt Cardona in the middle rope here. Rusev cuts him off though and drops him down. As well, Jacob Fatu, Uranagi to Roman Reigns, and now returning to the headbutts here of the OTC, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And well, Fatu is a part of OTC, like I said, as entrant number 18 is Omos. And well, I'm going to say the old-fashioned line as well. Rusev got eliminated by Rey Mysterio. How is he going to get eliminated? Amanda the size of Rusev, not Rusev, sorry, Amanda the size of Omos. Well, it's going to be hard to eliminate, but as I said at the start of the Women's Royal Rumble, Matt Cardona and, well, take it out at the same time. Well, Mysterio's dropkick took out Omos. We then got sent crashing into Matt Cardona as Mysterio looking for one of the biggest, well, I was going to say 619s ever, but Omos just said not today, as Reigns looking for a Superman punch. As Fatu catches Matt Cardona. Powerbomb as Omos somehow hanging on there, the big legs of Omos somehow booting Reigns in the face of staying in the matchup as Omos now slamming Fatu. When's the last time? There's a spear, but Fatu's back up. How the hell did Fatu just do that? He got slammed by Omos and just got straight back to his feet, and Reigns is gone by Jacob Fatu. And whoa, a little bit too late. Jey Uso is now in the matchup, and the question is, would Jey have helped Reigns? As we know, Mysterio 619 to Matt Cardona. As Fatu though looking to get rid of the Hall of Famer with a Falcon Arrow. And well, Reigns, I'm not too sure if you saw that, he said something to Jacob Fatu there as he left the ring. As well, Jey gets rid of Omos. It's a big elimination, pun intended, in terms of size. And well, also winning the matchup has gone up for everyone else now. So you wait up entrant number 20 pretty soon, as Jey and Fatu are striking in the corner, as Fatu dodges the super kick, delivers one of his own. As Jacob now looking for the huge moonsault. Jey out of the way though. Now Jey and Mysterio come to blows. And well, Jey trying to hang on the matchup pick, and Ray get rid of Jey Uso as Matt Cardona fires him with a huge lariat there, dropping Mysterio. But Jey as, oh my god, it's a charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. And what a Rumble match this has been, with Saul Ziggler, Rusev, Matt Cardona, and now Jeff Hardy. It's here, and Jeff flying in, drop kick to the face of Cardona like he never left. And there's a huge splash there. We saw Jeff previously come back to face then United States champion Logan Paul back at SummerSlam over a year ago. Well, Jey Rikishi drivered. Well, that's rubbing salt in the wounds. There's Mysterio there, inverted Rana. There's a Jacob Fatu, obviously Fatu delivering Jey's dad's own maneuver to him there. Jey looking for the super kick, but Cardona caught, powerbomb there by Jey Uso. And Jeff Hardy is back as Fatu drops Mysterio there, and Jey, with some huge super kicks there to Jeff Hardy as Fatu headbutt did to Jey. As entrant number 21, DDT there from Fatu as Ilya Dragunov is now in the matchup. We haven't seen Ilya for a while. Had some wars with Bronson Reed last time we saw him, he had a big matchup with Sheamus, and what a hell of a matchup that was. As Ilya tonight goes straight after, well, Ray's gone at the hands of Matt Cardona, as Ilya entered the matchup into the German suplex into Jeff Hardy. As Jey's in a bad position, but no one noticed, as Jey flies him with a spear to Fatu. And well, could Jey get revenge on Roman Reigns and get rid of Jacob Fatu? As Jey now super kick, and Fatu's gone. Well, maybe that's Jey delivering his message. Maybe Jey is going to be put on the bloodline again, as we saw Jimmy and Sami Zayn work with Roman Reigns not that long ago to get Reigns that match against Dakota for the Tribal Chief, for the Ula Fowler. They had to put a tag match against the MFT, and they did so. And maybe Jey, as entrant number 22, is Big Bad Bronson Reed, the Ozzilla, a man that I said had wars with Ilya Dragunov on Raw last year, as Jey delivering super kicks, but Well, Ilya Dragunov blocked as Bronson Reed. As Ilya's trying to get rid of Jey Uso here. But Jey hanging on. Suplex there by Bronson Reed to Jeff Hardy. We're over halfway there in the Rumble match. The question, who's going to head to WrestleMania as Jeff Hardy trying to get rid of Ilya Dragunov here. As Jey Uso, big electric chair drop there to Godzilla. As Jey Uso now, what's he thinking, a boot to the face of it, Bronson Reed out of the way of it. As Reed now launches Jey across the ring there and flies it with an axe handle. As Jeff Hardy deep on drag there to Ilya Dragunov. As Jeff flies in, taking out Jey Uso as well. As Godzilla there with a huge chop to Matt Cardona, who's still in this matchup, by the way. He's been in this matchup for a while. Entrant number 15. As entrant number 23 is AJ Styles. And while bringing a retro attire here to the Rumble, as he made his debut in 2016, I believe it was, at the Royal Rumble 10 years ago. Entered number 3. As Matt Cardona on the ropes, but he enters the matchup this time as Jey now with the yeet punch to Ilya Dragunov as Matt Cardona takes out Jey Uso afterwards though. As Bronson Reed, Jeff Hardy stays in the matchup. And well, Reed's probably got the job done there, but Jeff Hardy skidding the cat, staying in the matchup as Reed now flies in with a huge running sent on there to Matt Cardona. Super kick drops Ilya, flying forearm drops Jeff, and Jey DDT to Styles. As Reed suplex to Cardona. And Jey now Samoan drop to AJ Styles. As this is getting hectic now. As one of these men in the ring could be headlining WrestleMania, but it won't be Jeff Hardy. As Ilya gets rid of Jeff. As Damian Priest has now entered the matchup as Ilya with a boot to Jey, and AJ hangs on. With Damian Priest and Ilya Dragunov, what a matchup that would be between these two. As Cardona meets AJ Styles. Rough Rider to the phenomenal AJ Styles. And there's a Torpedo Moscow. As Jey was delivering super kicks to Damian Priest, Ilya flew for the center. And then with a Torpedo Moscow wiping out Matt Cardona, who's now gone. And Jey stays in. Damian Priest going to get him gone. As well, Jey Uso now with Ilya Dragunov in his sights. As AJ Styles again for a second time stays in. As Jey now trying to get rid of Ilya Dragunov here. Can he do so as Bronson Reed with some huge clubbing strikes? AJ and Jey Uso linking up here to get rid of Ilya Dragunov. And what is this tag team momentarily working together to get a bigger domination as Bronson Reed down middle rope. Huge knee drop there to Damian Priest as entrant number 25 is going to be the underdog from the underground in Sami Zayn. We know him and Jey Uso are good friends from their time in the Bloodline. They put everything behind them with everything that happened in that time period. As Jey gets rid of AJ Styles. It's a big elimination, but one thing I should say is a Royal Rumble match. There are no friends when a spot at WrestleMania is on the line. And one of these two perhaps is to eliminate the other. And Sami Zayn saves Jey Uso from Godzilla. And Sami Zayn flying in, taking out Bronson Reed. And well, Zayn, that is honourable to do so, stopping Jey getting eliminated, but at the same time, it's not wise. You know, he did eliminate Jey Uso. Yes, Jey could say, you could have helped me after the match, why didn't you help me? And well, Sami Zayn could have just said, as Jey lining up a super kick with Damian Priest, right hand. And there's some huge strikes. Well, Sami Zayn delivers a super kick of his own there to Godzilla as Priest. As entrant number 26, we mentioned him earlier, the Intercontinental Champion, Penta, is in the matchup. Axe driver to Jey Uso. Well, one thing I should say is, either if Penta wins tonight, then he could have double duty at WrestleMania with a huge frying pan chopped there by Penta, or Sami Zayn with some huge boots and busts open Damian Priest with the last one. Well, Penta on Raw, by the way, after the Royal Rumble, will defend the RC title in an open challenge. We already know that, as Penta gets rid of Jey, and Sami Zayn was on the middle rope, delivered a bionic elbow to Damian Priest. Did not notice that Jey was getting eliminated as Penta. It could be a short night for him as Bronson Reed. But Sami Zayn exploded a suplex to Priest. But one of these three could be headlining WrestleMania. The Ozilla, the Man of Zero Fear, Zero Miedo, Penta, the RC champion. Or it could be the underdog from the underground, or this man who enters number 27. That's going to be the ruler, Oba Femi, as a sling blade delivered by Penta. Well, Oba Femi just runs through and bowls over Penta. One way to enter a Rumble match is Penta. Well, looking for a fall from grace. It was Oba Femi, but Penta counters. As the RC champion now, sling blade. And another one to Oba Femi. One to Oba Femi, one to Bronson Reed. As Penta now in the corner with Oba Femi. Turns attention to Sami Zayn, no. Gets out of the way of the drop kick. And Zayn clothesline sends Penta over the top rope. As Oba Femi now just launching Zayn through the air. But Zayn rallying there, boot to the face. Bronson Reed wants a bit of Oba Femi. Imagine that matchup. Bronson Reed beat Oba Femi as Sami Zayn. Reverse DDT to Ozilla. As entrant number 28 is going to be, we're going to find out in a second, chop block there to Oba Femi. And well, it's a man that no one wants to see win the Royal Rumble match. For the man walking down to, running down to the ring right now. As Ozilla's gone, Oba Femi eliminates Bronson Reed. As Logan Paul huffing off suplex by Sami Zayn. That's a massive elimination for Oba Femi, getting rid of Bronson Reed, who did not seem best pleased when he got back to his feet and locked eyes with Oba Femi for a second. Well, could that be something we'll see continue after the Royal Rumble? As Logan Paul, whoa, an impressive German. You may not like Logan Paul, but that's an impressive German suplex around the sides of Oba Femi. And Sami Zayn, German suplex as well to Oba Femi. We'll be saying anything you can do, I can do as well to Logan Paul there. And Sami Zayn now, what's he thinking next here? Looking for a Hurricane Roller and gets it. As Oba wisely pulls himself up underneath the bottom rope there to get a little bit of recovery, a little bit R&R in the Rumble match. And Sami Zayn sent over the top rope by Logan Paul, who saves himself as it's a Viper, number 29, Randy Orton, a former winner of the Royal Rumble. I believe a two-time winner, as Logan Paul drops him with a DDT. As Sami Zayn, a perfect plex to Oba Femi. Logan Paul fires in tornado DDT to Randy Orton. As Sami Zayn delivered there from Logan Paul. As we moved out, Sami Zayn lost from the corner, a tornado DDT. And Zayn, speaking of that, was looking for the tornado DDT, but due to Logan Paul, he couldn't do so. And what Logan Paul, not to show how wise this is. And Zayn turns their attention to the Viper. And a boot to the face. They're walking to the Rumble from Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn says there to Randy Orton as Logan Paul. What a lucky shot, but caught. And well, Randy Orton wants a better Sami Zayn. It's entrant number 30. Who's it going to be? And oh my God, if Dirty Dom wins the Rumble match at number 30, not only is this crowd going to go nuclear, but everyone else around the world is going to go nuclear if Dirty Dom wins the Rumble match. But he may be a bit of less of an evil for the crowd, Dirty Dom, than Logan Paul. As Logan Paul now with the world famous it kicks that he learned from The Miz in the time of tag team champions. A man that, well, speaking of Dirty Dom, those two had a tag match at WrestleMania all those years ago. The Miz and Logan Paul for the tag team championships against then tag team champions, I believe, Rey Mysterio and Dirty Dom. As Oba Femi busted open by Sami Zayn, as Dirty Dom turned inside out by Logan Paul. Well, you imagine that these two may have formed a tag team in this matchup to try and win it, but seemingly they want the glory for themselves, and no partnership being formed between the two. As Logan Paul was huge elbows to the back. And Dirty Dom are now looking for the pulverizer to Dirty Dom. One of the most impressive maneuvers in WWE currently, delivered there by Logan Paul. He's trying to get rid of Dirty Dom now. Can he do so? As Dominic Mysterio is gone. And the hands of Logan Paul. Entrant number 30 gone very quickly. And when Logan Paul made it his mission to get rid of Dirty Dom here tonight, may have earned a little bit of credit and respect for the crowd for doing that. That might have been smart for Logan Paul to do so. If he wants the fans to be on his side, if he cares about that, as Logan, what I should say, Obafemi is gone by the hands of the Viper. And what a matchup Obafemi had in the Rumble match tonight. Eliminated Godzilla and someone else, if I'm not mistaken, but eliminated by the Vipers. So Sami Zayn and Randy Orton there, turning our attention to Logan Paul as Randy Orton, and never trust the Viper. Turns it around now with Sami Zayn. Hello over kick to Randy Orton. And it's Sami Zayn gonna get rid of the Viper here as Orton is gone. And when it's come down to these two, Logan Paul and Sami Zayn just teeing away in the middle of the ring here in Indianapolis in a Royal Rumble match. And with two people that couldn't be any more different. Logan Paul, built for this industry, and Sami Zayn, someone that clawed his way from the underground on the indies to make his way all the way to WWE. As well, Logan Paul now hoists up Zayn and drops him face first. May have busted open Sami Zayn in the process, may have broken his nose or something there. Well, Logan Paul just basking in the booze. He does not care what the crowd think of him as well. Logan Paul again, so twice. He had to do it, so nasty, he had to do it twice there. And Logan again just basking in the booze of the crowd. He doesn't care about what the crowd think of him. All he cares about is getting the wins. And if he goes into main event WrestleMania, that would be historic for Logan Paul to do so. So he's trying to get rid of Sami Zayn now. The underdog from the underground, the ultimate crowd favourite. As Logan Paul is teeing away, treating Sami Zayn like a punching bag there. And Logan now just digging the boot in the throat of Zayn. What a crowd are going to be all behind Sami Zayn, hoping that they can get rid of, he can get rid of this man. It's just, just taking time to this. What Logan Paul knows now, there's no one else to enter the matchup. But the issue is taking his eyes at the prize. There's a main event spot of WrestleMania on the line for a world championship. You need to stay, keep your head in the game. You can't bask in you can't mock the crowd, you can't do anything like that. You need to stay focused. And Sami Zayn is someone that's going to do that, and is looking to get rid of Logan Paul here. Can he get rid of the Maverick up and over the top rope? Can Logan Paul hang on? No. And Zayn doesn't get rid of Paul. He just hangs on, and Logan now off the ropes, finally looking for a forearm, but Zayn out of the way. There was one of his own. And Zayn now jawbreaker there by Logan Paul. And Logan now with a huge strike. And Logan Paul now looking for the three amigos to Sami Zayn. In the middle of the ring here, the crowd booing Logan Paul. But perfectly delivered the three amigos and a kip up for good measure. And Logan again, just stay focused on the matchup. Eliminate Zayn and then do all the celebrating you want. Well, he may be able to do so right here, but instead he's looking to wear down Zayn even more. And working the lower back on Sami Zayn. And some punching it to the liver. Sami Zayn is actually get rid of him now on this side of the ring. Well, Logan Paul, can he get rid of Sami Zayn? Or will Sami Zayn hang on and keep his hopes of headlining WrestleMania alive? As Sami Zayn lost a qualifying match in the #1 contenders match against Nakamura. The face Cody Rhodes here tonight. We saw it into SmackDown. Sami Zayn is staring on as Rhodes and Nakamura came face to face in the ring. You could imagine that in that moment Sami Zayn realised that if he wants a world championship, he needs to win the Royal Rumble. He couldn't beat Nakamura despite his best efforts. And if he did, he would have been the man in Nakamura's position here tonight, facing Rhodes for the title. The question is, will he got the job done? We don't know. But Zayn here tonight in the Royal Rumble matchup, entrant number 25. He's looking to win it and go forth to WrestleMania. Last WrestleMania he fought Kevin Owens in one hell of an unsanctioned match. And Zayn, an avalanche half-an-hour suplex to Logan Paul. And yeah, going back to last WrestleMania 40, he fought Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match because Kevin Owens, lost it. As Logan Paul now trying to stay in the matchup with Sami Zayn, trying to get rid of him to win the Rumble matchup. Can he do so? We haven't seen Kevin Owens since that matchup at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn did win the matchup against Kevin Owens, defeated his former best friend in one brutal matchup. I recommend you go back to last WrestleMania to check that out. It was one hell of a matchup between those two. And what Zayn would love nothing more than this year to head to WrestleMania in better mindset than last year, and that is to go on to have a title match in the main event of WrestleMania. And while Logan Paul is mocking Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn has main evented WrestleMania before with Kevin Owens for the tag team championships against the Usos. At WrestleMania 49 a year later, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn fought in a unsanctioned matchup, which we haven't seen Kevin Owens since that matchup all those months ago. And it could be one hell of a 3-year run for Sami Zayn. Everything with the bloodline coming to an end at that WrestleMania, and then last year having to put down his best friend at WrestleMania. And this year, if he gets rid of Logan Paul here tonight, an overkick from Zayn. Is Zayn gonna do it? It's Sami Zayn about to go on to headline WrestleMania. Can the underdog from the underground do it? And Zayn has done it. Sami Zayn is headed to WrestleMania. Zayn just collapsing. You can see what it means to Sami Zayn here tonight. You can hear what it means to the crowd. And the underdog from the underground is headed to Mania for a world championship of his choosing. And we're not going to call it for tonight. What a Royal Rumble we had. What a show we had. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on Monday Night Raw. And Sami Zayn is headed to WrestleMania with Jade Cargill as well.